Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Dugout podcast. I am Andrew, and as you can see, we are welcoming back. We're joined again.
Yeah, I'm back, guys.
By my fellow co-host Marissa, and she's been back about 5 or 10 minutes in the studio physically, and she's already given us, stress.
So you can just let people know that I just rolled in here like 10 minutes ago, ready to.
Yeah, of course, as per usual. She hasn't missed a beat. How are you, Marissa? You look refreshed. You look well rested.
I'm sure well rested, but I good.
You're good. Okay.
I good. I've been keenly observing things from afar, and you've held down your fort well. I mean, I could tell that he missed me so much. Yeah, I get 2 Chelsea fans.
Well, no, Barbados is a small place, right?
It
just so happens. This is the truth. It just so happens that I know a lot of people that I know, the circles that I run around in, are Chelsea fans, right? For whatever reason. So I didn't pick Kwame because he was a Chelsea fan, though. I picked Kwame because he's a knowledgeable football man, right?
If you say so.
Yeah. But I promise that I won't invite another Chelsea fan on this show.
No.
So if you have any more,
you can keep them running. You
your
can keep
request.
them coming. That's fine.
No, I'm trying to get other fans of other clubs to come, right? It's interesting. I've been in contact with 2 Arsenal fans and nobody showed up yet. But I kind of know why. I believe the smell the rat.
Oh gosh.
You know what I'm saying? But that's we get that topic eventually.
That coming up. Yeah,
that coming up. So, Marissa, again, welcome back, and viewers, welcome to another episode of the Dugout podcast. So, we're gonna start with some football, some Premier League, and no better place to start than the team at the top of the table. You know what I mean?
Who's that again?
The great Liverpool LFC. You'll never walk alone, as we so eloquently say. Very top. Arne Slot, new manager, taking on from Jurgen Klopp, and 15 wins from the first 17 games in all competitions. May I add that Chelsea was also, a casualty on that run.
Let's not even talk about that game.
Why not?
Because that game was a fairly even game.
It was.
Fairly even game.
It was.
So,
it was. But a man like Curtis Jones...
If it wasn't for some shocking goalkeeping and defending on that goal... probably should have had a penalty. I mean, let me just say that penalty Jones got was quite similar to the challenge that Trent made on Sancho down the other end, in my personal opinion.
That wasn't coming together. That wasn't no tackle. That wasn't no challenge.
Of course, it wasn't a tackle.
It really was. To me, it was more of a coming together, collision. That.
This wasn't on the agenda, but you just had to slip in.
Yeah.
Chelsea was a casualty, so I just had to give you my quick thoughts on that game. Slot was very respectful of us, I must say, unlike another certain manager that we played over the weekend. But we get to that.
Interesting. But yes, on the agenda, But I just want to mention that, because no, seriously, when the season started, everybody was saying that Liverpool ain't playing the body yet, yada yada yada. But I just want to mention that we got a couple big scouts on that record. No, but we're not getting carried away though. At least I'm not.
Fair enough.
I just want to gloat a little bit on you.
Whatever. But on that point though, don't you think that term is kind of overplayed with how competitive the Premier League is now, though, in terms of you playing nobody yet? Because I mean, we are seeing a lot of crazy results in the Prem. We see how tight it is. I think a 1 point difference between 3rd and 9th or something like that. It's tight. So I mean, I wouldn't want to belittle Liverpool start by saying they ain't playing nobody yet. To be perfectly honest, because I think this league is showing anybody could beat anybody.
Yeah, fair
enough. I won't belittle y'all.
But how impressed have you been with Liverpool start under Arne Slot? As I mentioned before, 15 wins from the first 17 games in all competitions.
To be honest, I haven't thought about it, But
I'm asking, think about it.
Okay, so one thing I would say is, I know that y'all were ridiculed in the summer a bit for not spending money. And then obviously y'all went for, I think it was Ubamendi, and then he said no, he wants the Sociedad. Fine, whatever. But I think that, you see, on one hand, you could say he's coming to very stable side, a side that has know-how, very good players. Yeah, there's some contractual situations up in the air. But on the other hand, it's still a new league. It's still a new club. You still got to get accustomed to that. So to see y'all, and to be honest, y'all have not been like super impressive. I think a lot of teams have created against y'all, but to me, what is impressive is that y'all are finding ways to win. Like, I mean, I think, like, I want to use the Villa game, for example. Villa started that game quite well, in my opinion. First 5-10 minutes. But then after that, it was all Liverpool. Like, what I'm saying is y'all have given up chances and teams haven't taken chances. And I think what is most impressive about Liverpool is that I don't think Liverpool are playing at their best. And yet they're still... See why you can't come in here and be objective? I barely get a sentence and you getting ready to grin.
I'm listening
oh my gosh.
to you.
But honestly, y'all have not played your best football. I don't think y'all have played your best football. And look at where y'all are. Best game was probably the Leverkusen game for me. Completely dominant win. But to me, the scary thing is that there's so much more to come. So I've seen Arsenal fans with this discourse online that if there was 9 points behind City, they'll be more fearful. But for me, you're 9 points behind Liverpool, who aren't even playing their best right now. I still think that Salah is in fantastic form. The forwards are doing well. But I still think there's more to come. Gravenberch is having a fantastic season. But I still think there's more to come to Liverpool. And I think that's been the most impressive thing to me. Because to me, a Liverpool at their best, Chelsea wouldn't go to Anfield. And I won't say we dominated. I wouldn't be at Arteta right now. But a Liverpool team at their best, I'm not belittling Chelsea anyway, but to me, a Liverpool team at their best, to me, that game against a team like Chelsea would not have been so even. So I just think the most annoying thing about y'all is that there's more to come, and y'all are playing so well.
I
so sick of you. So sick of you.
Wait, I haven't said anything yet.
It's just the facial expression for me. Go ahead. Floor is yours, sir.
You made me happy.
Floor is yours, sir. Go ahead, sir.
All right, man.
Floor is yours.
Thank you for giving me the floor. All right. From fair points, what you said about Liverpool, I'm not surprised. And this is why I'm not surprised. I did mention to Camilla a couple weeks ago. Klopp left a fairly decent squad for Arne Slot to work with. I think people forget that, again, up until, I want to say, early to mid-April, we were actually in the chase for a quadruple at one point.
Right.
So it's like the team is competitive. It was just a matter of him not necessarily... It's more a case of when he came in, the players bent into his philosophy or how he wanted to play, for example. And it seems as if he has his squad on side. Oh yeah, you're correct. We were kind of ridiculed for not spending heavily in the summer, but I don't think that it was a massive surgery that was needed anyway. It was just a couple of tweaks, improvements in certain positions if you could, and it's a difficult squad in terms of this. I think that in terms of what Liverpool can afford to play top players, it will be a difficult squad to sort of like improve upon in terms of certain world class positions that you already have. So Mendy was one that you looked at, didn't get him. But when you think about it, the only other addition that we made was Chiesa, who hasn't really played through injury.
I forgot about him actually.
And I feel as though that's just a bit more, a bit more attacking depth. I guess we will see how that pans out, because if he regains his, let's say Euro 2020 form, it will look as a fantastic signing. But if not, it wasn't a massive fee anyways. So it's a gamble worth taking. I assume that's how the club looked at it. Like you said, Gravenberch has been a player reinvented. And yeah, I mean, I agree with you. There is more to come. You made a very good point in the sense that I do get the sense that Liverpool aren't, as much as the defensive record is solid or impressive, I don't think Liverpool have had it all their own way and teams haven't necessarily been able to create chances.
Brighton should have probably been two.
Should have put me away in the first half.
Honestly.
But again, and that's similar to what happened on the Klopp a lot of times, where teams created and Liverpool weren't necessarily being punished. And when you have the attacking players that Liverpool have, they can hurt you in 5 or 10 minutes where they play decent enough football, for example. What I like about Slot is, like you said, he has a very measured approach. It seems calm, put it that way. And I think that is a bit different. And I like the fact that he's kind of honest with
He's very honest.
reactions.
I enjoy his press conferences, to be honest. I really do. He is, like sometimes, okay, so for instance, this is not a dig at Pep. But sometimes when Pep compliments you, sometimes you just feel like it's be a little bit underneath the surface that he really want to say, but But I find with Slot, he is just seems to be completely honest. I actually like listening to him. He assesses his team well. He assesses his performances well. He assesses the opposition well. So yeah, it's like the personality to Klopp seems like chalk and cheese, but the fits have been perfect.
Yeah, in a good way. And I remember I said early on that I can never predict and come and say that Liverpool will definitely win the Premier League or win the Champions League, for example, under any manager, unless maybe Pep. But the thing that I had in my, like, give me confidence was that I have faith in the hierarchy at Liverpool to do a thorough, selection process of who they want to hire. So although Slot wouldn't have been in my, forefront of thinking when Klopp first announced that he was going, it was a while until Slot's name started being mentioned with the job. I was like, okay, I don't know much about this guy, but I trust the fact that the FSG board or whoever else would do, adequate research, adequate investigation, adequate interview process to ensure that this guy is the right candidate. And as you can tell, there is certain similarities between the way he plays and the way that Klopp plays.
Yeah.
But again, I think with him, there's a more focus or onus on keeping the ball in terms of playing the risky pass if it's not necessarily on. So I guess his whole thing is about being a bit more selective with your decision making and making better choices overall. What I like though, and what I found that he kind of adjusted was, for example, the Ipswich game, in the first half where we were kind of fixated on trying to play from the back. He kind of went back to what Klopp did before, which is, when it's not happening or it's okay to mix it up. You don't always have to do it from the back. You can go along, you can go a bit direct, which yielded some success. So I like the fact that we're still a kind of mixed approach team in terms of attack. In terms of our season so far, yeah, impressive. I cannot have, imagined that we will win first 15, the first 15 or 17 games. And it's a long way to go. Like I said, I'm not getting carried away. My feet are firmly on the ground. I know you might smell at you, but yes, my feet are firmly on the ground. They remain on the ground. So I'm not getting carried away. But it is good signs. Like you said, I don't think Liverpool have played their best yet. They haven't played badly, but they've played in patches as opposed to total performance over 90 minutes.
Right.
And I guess that would be the next step. I think once Liverpool, fingers crossed, can stay clear of injuries to key players, which will affect any team. And next thing that I want to mention is, the only thing, so apart from injuries, for example, and the sudden loss of form, I think Liverpool should be able to maintain, well, not maintain, but do enough to stay into the race or thereabouts towards the end of the season. The only question I have about Liverpool is whether or not the contract situation involving those tricky players will at some point become too much of a focus, too much of a discussion. But I like how Slot is handling even that so far, right? Keeping the focus firmly on the football.
Yeah.
So long may it continue. You mentioned Arsenal, and I'm gonna skip the second phase. I'll come back to the second phase, but I'm gonna go straight to them since you mentioned Arsenal.
Yeah.
I hope they were saying that. You mentioned that their fans, ones that we've seen on social media, for example, would have said that they would be more fearful if it was City who were 9 points ahead rather than Liverpool. I guess in their mind, Liverpool are still catchable. I mean, I kind of get it because obviously City has that sort of reputation of, get too big a lead, curtains, more or less. So I kind of get it. Is it borderline disrespectful? Yeah, because I think Arsenal haven't finished. No, seriously, I think Arsenal haven't finished runners-up the last 2 seasons. In their mind, in their warped way of thinking, have decided in their mind that they have, usurped Liverpool as the number 1 challenger, and it's such a big, gap between Liverpool and themselves, or Liverpool and Arsenal and City, which I don't think is the case. I think people forget again Liverpool were in a title race until about 5 or 4 games left in the season. You're not giving team the full credit, and also bear in mind, Arsenal fans, that the last team that stopped City from winning the Premier League was Liverpool, who still retained a few of the players from that title winning side. So I mean,
I also think even when you think about it logically, 9 points behind means that, let's say Liverpool lose their next 3. Well, yeah, that's just a hypothetical. Let's say Liverpool lose their next 3. Arsenal then gotta win their next 3. And then they still gotta literally be perfect to make sure the gap extends. Obviously, Liverpool are not going to lose their next 3, not win their next game in Southampton. Your next game in Southampton, right?
The Premier League, yes, I believe so.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're dependent on Liverpool to have 3 more defeats, and you essentially have to be perfect.
Right.
And I saw a comment saying somebody can't believe Arsenal fans because they literally blew a 8-point lead, and they expect to claw back a 9-point lead so early in the season and then still gotta be perfect, because that's what it comes down to. I am not one to make sweeping statements in November, but it's difficult when Arsenal are playing the way they are. To me, they're not in great form. You are in great form. It's difficult to see how they claw you in and then still extend at the top of the Premier League when, as well, you expect City to get out their front. We can talk about City. So for me, I think Arsenal right now, and we tend to revisit this question at various points in the season. So at the beginning, I wasn't here, but at the beginning, we would usually talk about who we fancy for the title. Then around this time, we would talk about it then we will revisit it maybe March, April or so. At this stage, I think Arsenal are more in the top 4 fight than the title race, at least right now. And I think the December period, as always, is going to be crucial to see, how things stack up, how they play, what results they get, and everything. I just think with Arsenal, you can't win a title with Kai Havertz as your number 9. Like, you can't. Like, my opinion of Kai Havertz has changed significantly since he went to Arsenal. I always used to defend him, but my personal feelings, shown a real disrespect to Chelsea Football Club since he went to Arsenal. But we won't get into that. Let me talk about Kai the footballer. When you look at players, City got Haaland. You have Salah. Yes, Arsenal have Saka, but Saka is not a prolific goal scorer in my opinion. He's a guy that can be your highest goal contributor with goals and assists combined. But Arsenal needs a prolific goal scorer, and I just don't see that they have one. They're really struggling with goals. I think the goal against Chelsea on Saturday was their first goal in 3 away games, because they didn't score at Bournemouth, they didn't score at Newcastle. They had a home game in between there. You're right. The 2-2.
Yeah, the 2-2.
Right. So I just think Arsenal fans are banking on a lot turning around. They have to bank on Liverpool's loss of form. They got to bank on the fact that City will continue to be poor, which I don't think they will be. And then they got to bank that they turn around their form, somehow find goals again. So I think right now, if they had won on Saturday, it would have probably been different. But I think right now, I don't think Arsenal are in title race right now.
Well, I mean, no, sir, no. I guess.
So tired of you.
Oh my goodness. All right, so
apparently they just come back to gas you up.
Oh Lord. No. Not at all. Like I said, there's a long way to go and my feet are firmly on the ground. Because nothing is won in November.
Sure.
So while I'm satisfied with my start, I'm not like, ooh. Because
getting carried away.
Exactly. The lead to City is only 5 points.
True.
But sticking on Arsenal, you said a lot. And I can just put it in a nutshell. No, what you said was accurate, but you said a lot. And you were very, very what did the word they used for me last week? Diplomatic. You know what I mean? He was a real politician here. But I can tell you as it is.
You go ahead. Tell me how it is.
Arsenal are on the precipice. Right? In terms of terrorists, they're on the precipice. One more defeat and them gone. It's curtains. Because you ain't catching your clawing back a 12 or 9-point lead.
Yeah.
And you got the problem that they have. And this is why I personally feel like they're done already in terms of the risk, me personally. But here's the biggest issue for Arsenal. You don't have to only catch one team, you got to catch 2. You're not even second, you're in third. Actually fourth.
They're behind us.
Exactly.
And I don't have Chelsea in the title race. I don't have Chelsea in the title race because I know Chelsea's not in the agenda.
But you know the problem for Arsenal fans? Is he hope. You know what I'm saying? It's hope that's killing you.
It's true.
It's the hope.
It's true.
Arteta bringing us so far now. By just joking. All jokes aside though, seriously. One more defeat and I feel it's over for real. They have to catch 2 teams. I think the only thing in Arsenal favor is that only 11 games gone, which means you still got 27 odd left to play, right? That's the only thing that's in their favor in terms of the amount of points to play for. But like you said, they have to almost be perfect. And you have to rely on other teams dropping points. Now, other teams will drop points. Liverpool will have, a couple losses and maybe a couple draws or bad results at some stage. They already have one because the Forest game was a surprise. City have had, about 3 or 4 already so far. But we can't, I believe that eventually City's form will pick back up. But the biggest worry for me with Arsenal is that for some reason I know the easiest thing that people have been pointing out is the injuries or the key players that they've missed.
Uh-huh.
No, here's the thing. The biggest worry for me from an Arsenal fan is that the last 3, 4, 5 games, they haven't looked late scoring. They've rarely looked late scoring. Just haven't been. It's almost like the attack has been very predictable and they've been easy to defend against when you get up onto the last third. That's a problem because they're not scoring goals, but they're conceding the odd one, which causes them points. The next thing that I find for me with Arsenal that I'm not buying into, that people have been trying to suggest, is these injuries that Arsenal have had. Which key player? Sorry, apart from Odegaard, which key player, automatic starter, did Arsenal miss in the last 3, 4, 5 games?
Exactly. They only lost to Liverpool with the red card at Bournemouth for the game.
Right, for the game against Liverpool, right?
I know Gabriel has gone off a couple times, but I believe that he didn't.
He been missing the games. He went off against it was a game he went off for sure. Yeah.
Saka, I think, missed 2 games,
right?
But they fared pretty okay in those 2 games. But again, injuries are a part of the game.
But my thing is
you have to be able to build your squad to accommodate for those injuries. Did they really need to buy a Ricardo Calafiori in the summer? When to me, a number 9 was their glaring issue. Did they really need to do that? When you look at Arsenal's transfer window as somebody that finished second and looking for a title, Raheem Sterling, who Chelsea wanted to get rid of, Ricardo Calafiori, yes, a very good defender, and Mikel Merino, are those 3 signings going to fire you to a Premier League title? And I know it's so hypocritical because we just kind of talk about Liverpool not spending, but it's different. Liverpool not spending in the summer because Liverpool have a squad to me that can challenge for the league. Arsenal, to me, when you don't have, if Saka and Odegaard are injured for a prolonged period of time, I think they're going to struggle. Yes. So even though I get what you're saying in terms of, okay, what key player has been missing, even if they want to use that excuse, you still have to cope with it because I've told you already. I think that Arsenal have been very lucky over the last 2 seasons. You have fallen out of the title race the last couple of seasons because of injuries. And you ain't hear Arsenal fans talking about, oh, Liverpool got all these injuries. No. So they never wanted to acknowledge other teams' injury struggles, but now it's them, and it's not even like a crisis.
Exactly.
That's the thing. And they want to use it as an excuse.
But this is my thing. When we think about it, look at City. City's biggest challenge was winning Champions League. Everybody said that City missed a through number 9. Bought Haaland, won the CL. Cool. Arsenal have been getting closer and closer to the Premier League title. Everybody have been saying that if Arsenal had a true number 9, a prolific number 9, it would probably, hopefully propel them over the line. They go out of defense and they out in midfield. No problem. Liverpool have a lot of attackers. Now, I think Salah is key because I always maintain that Salah was the one that is kind of prolific. I think Jota could become prolific too, but again, injuries always have the occasional niggle over the team. But defensive-wise, and then Klopp rebuilt the midfield before he left. So my whole thing with Liverpool was that I felt as though the experience of last season, I felt as though the midfield would come, improve a bit. Gravenberch, Jones, McAllister. I think a year on, Elliott even. I think because I remember me and Chris had a conversation. I told him that I think Jones and Elliott are 2 players that should.
Play this season.
Which one?
Elliott.
He's been injured.
Okay.
He got injured in the last national break.
Okay.
So he should be back after this one. So my whole thing was that I felt that Liverpool shouldn't be a significant drop off unless the case where the manager isn't getting performances out of the players. Arsenal need a number 9. They've needed number 9 for a long time. But my whole thing was that they've been winning without the number 9. To me, like I said, the only key player, the only automatic first choice, if he fit, he can play, that has been out for a significant period, has been Odegaard. So why has the goal threat diminished so significantly? That's my issue. And that's my question. I'm like, well, you all really can't use that as an excuse because, like you said, they haven't had an injury crisis. It's just been poor form.
But even when Odegaard has been playing, have they been buying any goals too? Because they can't.
They would have dropped some points even before he got injured.
That's what I was saying too. Like, they've been. Yeah, he's been out since. I can't remember when. I think they said it was a couple months. But I seem to recall that Arsenal weren't exactly in fantastic form even around the time he got injured. So again, I just think it's an excuse. I think that I don't know if they've been found out. I still think Arteta is a good coach, arrogant but good coach. So I don't know what is it, but it just seems like to me there were only a couple moments in the game on Sunday where I was genuinely kind of worried, which was in the first half when Martinelli probably should have done better with his shot.
Right.
And obviously at the end, the goal that was probably going to be offside anyways. But to me, Arsenal didn't have a huge threat. I think Cucurella dealt with Saka well. And that obviously, because Arsenal seems to be very one-dimensional past the wingers get across in balls. Just seems to be their game plan. And I felt like Gusto and Cucurella really, especially in the first half, really stopped that from happening.
The last two games I watched with Arsenal, which was the Chelsea game and the Inter defeat, it was the same kind of, and even Newcastle. There's a willingness to get the bailing. Like, for example, I saw Madueke didn't have the best game, but for instance, I saw Madueke occasionally do a step over and go to the bailing and try to use the right foot across the ball. At which point you tell Saka try that?
At no point in time.
At which point somebody can tell Saka, well, switch wings and so at least you can use the natural left foot and get the bailing. So all the time he's both come inside and look for a shot or a cross.
Exactly. So it felt like yes, Cucurella had him on toast in my opinion. Cucurella handled him really, really well. But I don't think Saka really tried to change anything to give Cucurella a different problem
Something
to deal with.
About, right? And then there was a I think Ben White played right back in that game. There was a reluctance or a very seldom.
He did it one or two times.
Overlap.
Right.
Like, where did you do that more?
Yeah, he did it one or two times, but it wasn't much. Timber did not do it at all. So it was just really Gusto handling.
But Timber can't really do it because Timber is predominantly right footed, so he can come inside as opposed to the overlap.
Fair.
But the thing is, even the goal that you scored the equalizer. I mean, it's easy to watch a game on TV, but I would have met how the goal came about. I felt the opportunity was there for that kind of goal to come about from the first half because there were occasions where Chelsea were feeding the ball in the inside left channel, and I think Jackson did it once and somebody else did it once where they came inside, but they weren't naturally left-footed players, so they didn't take on the shot. And I was wondering why Cole Palmer didn't come to that side and get the ball in that space and drive and try to shoot. It didn't happen, but Neto did it, and good finish. But yeah, I actually at a certain point I felt that Chelsea played a more constructive football. But all in all,
that Gusto header.
Yeah.
I almost cried. I was like.
But all in all, I think it will take a lot, and I don't see it happening. I know only 11 games have passed, but I don't see Arsenal going any type of run, and City and Liverpool dropping the amount of points
to
allow Arsenal
to get back in.
Get back in.
And correct. I mean, we know that managers say a lot in front of the camera.
You have to,
but right, exactly, and behind closed doors, it will be something different. But I really hope Arteta isn't as delusional as he sounds lately. Like, he actually came out after the game and said he's disappointed because they dominated one of the best sides in Europe and only came away with a point. So I had two problems with this statement. Number one, since when Chelsea is one of the best sides in Europe? Like, what? Come on. That's. I'm a Chelsea fan, but come on. We've been in the mud for years now. We only know starting to see some semblance of what Chelsea can be this season. But don't be talking about my club. Don't be talking about my club is the best club in Europe. And number two, at what point did Arsenal dominate that game? They didn't. That game was very fair, very even. I was disgusted with the defending for Arsenal's goal. Typical for me. That's not the first time that I have watched us play this season and there's an overload at the back post. Like, I don't know what's happening. And then Sanchez, of course. I saw Kwame talking about it. I agree 100%.
Need a better keeper.
100%. I think he's cost us in a good... Yeah, he's had a couple good games. I'm not going to take away from that. But, my gosh, there have been some games where he has cost us. He cost us 2 goals against Brighton, in my opinion. I think he should be saving that shot from Martinelli. I really do. And that's a position we need to address. But, again, not a Chelsea segment. But, for me, I just think that I hope Arteta is being real behind the scenes with Arsenal's problems. And I'll be interested to see what they do in January.
But here's the thing. It would be interesting. You're correct. But I mean, Arsenal had the best defensive record last season. Was there a need to strengthen it?
Exactly.
You
means
bought
Zinchenko.
Mikel Marino,
Yeah.
who to me is, from what I observe of him, he's more like a boxer control midfielder, not necessarily creative type.
Yeah.
So again, he's not necessarily adding many goal threats to your midfield. And again, when you think about Arsenal and the goals, Havertz gets a few. Jesus has really lost form with the injuries that he's had.
Can't again, so no.
And then, so mostly creativity or goal output comes from Saka or Odegaard. Trossard will chip in with a few, but he's never been able to nail down regular place. And then you have Martinez who chips in with a few occasionally as well. But there isn't a great goal output. So again, maybe the wrong ear to attack the transfer market in.
Yeah, and then just bring in Sterling at the end of the window, like.
And not even playing it.
Exactly.
And then, but in terms of Arteta, before we get off this topic, I was thinking Arteta. He says so. Real talk. He does say so about every game that them don't win, because them is to beat everybody. Man, Liverpool played them at Emirates. The game draw to all. I even giving the first half, right? Liverpool were poorly, off the pace the first half, and that's another issue that concern I have with Liverpool too.
Yeah,
we're not starting
half,
games.
Yeah, it's
sharp.
true. It's
true. We seem like it takes us 25 to 30 minutes to get going. That's the issue. Or it could be an issue because against a proper team or against a clinical team on a day, you might be okay by the time you get going. But or at first, you might never get going.
It's true.
But the thing is, like second half, Arsenal came with second half and sat off. And then I'm not going to say Liverpool, completely play them off the park, but they sat off and gave Liverpool the initiative to go and take the game, and then Liverpool eventually got an equalizer.
Yeah.
So which game you should have won again?
And that's my thing, is like the level of delusion is almost 10 high, like, to be honest. I mean, it's like just accept when your team isn't doing well. There's nothing wrong with saying it. Yeah. Like, my thing is that Arsenal fans have had an excuse for something. When we getting down to 10 men. The referees this. Injuries. Just admit that y'all just aren't playing well, and they aren't.
Question last thing before we jump off Arsenal. I've watched some social media videos from the FTV people. Some people are saying, for example, if Arteta doesn't win a major trophy this season, they want him out. Isn't that a bit ungrateful from Arsenal fans, considering where he took them from?
Surprisingly, I will not be defending Arsenal fans. I mean, let me not say that. It would be remiss of me to defend an Arsenal fan because, I don't like Arsenal fans. But I see both sides of the coin. On one hand, I believe that he hasn't won since he fluked that FA Cup win against us, where that referee had an absolute shocker. Absolute shocker. Just thinking about it is rolling me up. Since then, there's been nothing. Right. So I do understand it. And then I think especially you see somebody like Slot coming in. And to me, I'm not going to say Liverpool's going to win the Premier League, but I can see y'all winning something this season under Slot, to be honest. Might even be Champions League. But anyways.
A long way to go.
A long way to go. So I can understand the frustration that if Arne Slot walk into Liverpool and win something, especially the league in his first season, I get it. I get the frustration. But at the end of the day, Arteta came and y'all were a mess. Y'all finished out to the Champions League spot for a good few seasons.
Right, 2 or 3 seasons, yeah.
Fans were on the manager's backs. Players,
every manager. Remember the cussing that Wenger and
Emery players didn't want to be there. Players weren't giving everything. Players weren't fighting. To me, I am not an Arteta fan because of his personality, but what he has done for Arsenal fans cannot be ungrateful.
He's made them competitive.
He has made them competitive. So I do understand from the perspective of it's been 5 years and he hasn't won anything. Yeah. But I don't think that sacking him is the right call. I think that he can win something. But I think, and it's interesting now with Edu gone, I'm really interested to see how their transfer business is now, because like you said, this summer, I thought they had a poor, people talk about Liverpool because they're the spending thing, but I thought Arsenal's additions were we're not going to fire them to a Premier League title. I really didn't. So
yeah, to me it was more like they stayed the same.
Yeah.
And it was like
yeah.
it would call for City or Liverpool having to drop off.
Yeah, to thing, yeah.
To open the gap. And them not having to drop off.
And banking on their key players staying fit consistently. Because I think now with Saka, you're seeing maybe, because this man barely missed a Premier League game since he made his debut, you're seeing that catch up to him a bit with these little knots and niggles. So I think you need to have strength in depth. I think with y'all, obviously Salah is key. But you see like how Jota has been injured, but you got Nunez coming in and scoring goals and missing sitters, standard Nunez. But at least y'all have good replacements. I don't see that with Arsenal. I don't. And I think that is why they're kind of struggling. So
yeah, but I just listen, the thing, I kind of see both ends of the argument as well. I'm not saying that Arsenal fans are not I'm not saying that at a club like Arsenal you're not entitled to say, well, if a manager has been here for 5 years and hasn't won anything major, maybe we need to make a change. I'm not saying that they're wrong for that premise, but I feel as though it's really kind of rich, kind of like
almost entitled.
Yes, entitlement. That's the word.
Yeah, but I think from their perspective, it's like they've seen the trajectory go up, and now it's like going back down. So I think that's what's getting to them. But speaking of trajectories, what's going on with City?
But they lost 4 straight. That was going on. I just listen. 4 straight in all competitions, I believe. I think they lost 2 straight Premier League games, the Carabao Cup, and then the Champions League against Sporting. Again, I think City sometimes have these spells where they still create a decent amount of chances maybe in one half, but the defense is a bit susceptible. They've had injuries as well, missing a lot of players. So I would listen to a City argument about
more
missing
than
key players.
Exactly.
So, but I feel like once they get the players back, and once the gap is not too big a gap. So let's say what's happened in the past where City have had their struggles, but people have dropped points too and not necessarily capitalized. I think if once that doesn't transfer this time where people do capitalize and extend the gap, or in this case Liverpool, extend the gap a bit further.
Because 5 points
City,
is
5 points. So, and we play them again. We play them not again. We play them for the first time December 1st. So
Anfield or
I think it's on Anfield. Yes.
Y'all didn't beat them. I think y'all win that.
Well, I think we could. Give my draw. I think I'm going for a draw.
I don't know. City defensively have looked really poor, in my opinion. Really, really poor. Because even against, like, for instance, the first half against Sporting, they created a lot of chances. Like, it's not they're not creating chances, and clearly they're scoring goals, but not as much as they used to. But it's the defense. They're really, and I think everybody's saying Rodri's injuries, but they're also missing. Because I think they had to start the academy kids against Brighton. So
they're missing Ruben Diaz, John Stones, Kyle Walker, I believe has had his injury issues.
Yeah. So I don't think it's
Jack
just
is out.
Right. I don't think it's just a matter of Rodri. I just think that their back line has been the foundation for a lot of good that City do and Rodri. And I think with both Rodri and a lot of defenders out, that is why they're struggling so much. And Phil Foden, he hasn't really hit back his form from last season yet as well. I mean, Haaland's still top of the goal scoring chart. So I think for me, if I was a City fan, it would be concerning. But I would look at the table and be like, look, we're literally in a rut right now. We've lost 2 straight Premier League games, but yet we're still only 5 points behind. So,
yeah,
I mean, they've lost 4 in a rut, and I think they're in better position than Arsenal, in my opinion. I mean, the points table would say that, but I also think Arsenal have played their first choice 11, I would say, more than City have this season, in my opinion. And I think that, like you said, I mean, Rodri said that he would like to be back before the season. He said that today, before the season is out. But let's say he out for the season. But you got De Bruyne coming back. Phil Foden still to hit his best form. Haaland still buying in the goals. Stones and Diaz coming back. I think maybe Pep mentioned the next after the international break. So it's a cause for concern. They definitely don't look the same. But as you said, City always go through these patches, especially, I mean, they started this season better than they have most seasons in the past.
That's the thing. Because for me, City normally start slowly first half of the season. And they did start, not necessarily playing exceptionally well, but they got points on the board early.
Without playing that well.
I normally find that after Christmas, City tend to pick up a rhythm.
Yeah.
When it comes to the business end. Like I always say, the key is how big might that gap be, right? If it's still 5 or under to Liverpool, then it's a fight. If it's 10-11, it's still a fight in the sense that City ain't gonna stop coming.
Exactly.
But you got a bit of a cushion.
That game against Spurs after the international break is going to be massive.
Okay,
Spurs is there at
Wait, Arne?
That wait name now still?
You
sure?
Sorry, or maybe
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Yeah.
You sure it isn't named with Arne no more?
Nah, I don't think it's named
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah, I think so.
How uncreative.
Right. It is Spurs. I mean, you can imagine giving it switch their first winning season. Could never be me.
Well, anyways, it was very surprising to me.
Yeah.
I was very surprised by the result.
Me too. But anyways, like Tottenham is their bogey side. Playing away at Tottenham is bogey for City, as we saw in the Carabao Cup and as we've seen in seasons past. I think I'm really interested not only by the result, but I want to see how City play, because a lot of people are writing them off already, and I just want to see after the international break how they come back, because I think that's going to say a lot about where City will end up. I don't think they're. I still think they're my favorites. But we'll see.
They're still my favorites. Actually, right? Please don't write off City. I didn't want them motivation
it's
for
true.
them. I don't want them with a point of proof.
I see Ruben Diaz talk about, yeah, man. He basically says, like, yeah, man. Write me off. I want apparel. So I think that's why I'm interested to see how they perform. So I want to write off City. They still got their big hitters to come back, and it's Pep. They're going to find their stride again.
And it's not an unassailable lead.
It's not.
Like that. It's not a disaster.
It's not. In fact, it probably put the beer.
Well, again, I think the most important thing from a Liverpool perspective is that Slot keeps the players focused on what's happening. Like, we don't listen to the outside noise. Keep the players focused on what's happening.
Game by game.
Is that a game by game?
Yeah.
Couldn't put it best. But I guess we agree on Arsenal being. I say the precipice. I guess I reserve it. It's still early, so I ain't ready to say definitely done. But I don't think Arsenal win this year. I think the champion between Liverpool and City.
Okay. So let's just take a quick break for a word from our sponsors, plural, Whole Health Pharmacy and Spirit Life Studios. Whole Health Pharmacy, located in Jordan's Complex, Speightstown, St. Peter, carries a variety of products to take care of you and your health. Essential oils, muscle rubs, and the run-of-the-mill medications. And definitely don't forget your vitamins. Vinci sea salt, air humidifiers, tumblers, and women's havens pads too. We got it all for you. Don't forget your Barbados and natural Vinci snacks. So for sure you're gonna keep coming back. Ever hear about structured water? Well, tell your son, tell your daughter. Whole Health Pharmacy. More than a pharmacy, we take care of you and your health.
All right, and we are back and switching gears. Something that we haven't spoken about for a while because since Marissa.
Because apparently y'all can only talk about cricket when they're here.
Yeah, because the thing, right? If you're not here, for the most part, I'm not gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying? The West Indies is losing many games. for the most part, for me to really,
Okay.
unless we can talk about international sides again, and the only international series that I would really talk about besides the tournament is the Ashes. So, if any Ashes, and if West Indies doing the mountain nonsense that they sometimes
that's not what you wanted to say.
It's not what you want to say. But considering where we are, and we know where we are,
Amen.
it's correct. It's best that I keep it PG. So
yes.
But yes, we're going to talk some cricket, and West Indies right now are having a home series against England. They're calling the rivalry. Oh boy, I don't know.
It is an old rivalry.
It is, but still, so cliche. Anyhow, the rivalry. I mean, but for a rivalry to happen, for a rivalry to exist, shouldn't there be a? You know what? I'll leave that one. Actually, no, I won't. For a rivalry to exist, shouldn't there be some element of sustained competitiveness? Like back and forth, tit for tat type of thing.
Well, to be fair to West Indies, it's usually a rivalry when England travel here, not when we go over there. But
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's the argument.
Yeah. But anyways,
I think it's just a with the Celtics. But anyway, go ahead.
That too. They won the one-day series, surprisingly to most. Quite dominantly. I know the English media could not wait. English media love an excuse.
What was the excuse again? Inexperience.
But when you look at it, Joe Root, Ben Stokes, them sort of people barely play one-day cricket anymore. Joss Butler was injured, but they had, I would say, most of their fast bowling and bowling options. Adil Rashid, their primary spinner, Jofra, Reece Topley, who's the other guy? Can't remember, but yeah, the batting was inexperienced, but you still got people like Saul and Jax who are mainstays now in England's white ball sides, Liam Livingstone, Sam Curran. I don't disrespect West Indies like that. Like, accept and hold the defeat. A dominant series win too. Thrashed them in the first one day, thrashed them in the second one. The third, so that thrashing in the third one, sorry. The second one could have been closer had we taken wickets. We always say wickets are key in ODI cricket, and Livingstone played a brilliant innings. But hold that. Sorry. But we played well. We played well, and we deserve the win. And stop disrespecting my side, because what's irritating me is that if we had lost, what would have the narrative been?
Well, you see,
they would have been bigging up the said inexperienced players.
Right.
So,
well, you see, I'm not going to watch West Indies unless we're talking about it at your request.
So you don't watch it?
The 50 overs? I actually
But yeah, you play it on the agenda. You play it on the agenda just for me.
Of course. This was your welcome back. I felt like cricket should be part of the discussion.
How nice.
I didn't watch the ODIs, but I have watched the T20s.
So it's your fault that they're losing then.
Well, if you want to say that, that's fine. Make sure it's
because all of a sudden we get hammered in these T20s. I trying to figure out what changed.
I tell you what changed. Yeah. Well, never mind. But I mean, congrats on winning the ODI series. It was a surprise to me. And then, I classed the England scoring race that, like you said, they had some new names that I didn't recognize off the top of my head. Like, oh, okay, cool. So but I mean, again, English should use that as an excuse, because I think most of the big nations anyway, when they play minnows now, they kind of experiment.
Don't call West Indies a minnow.
They use it as a... they tend to use it...
You might call West Indies minnows. Look, I can't hate on it.
Wait.
I can't hate on it.
I'm being objective here, right? I'm a West Indies fan, but I'm being objective. Right, the performances of recent years, where we haven't qualified for World Cups and all sorts of jobs that we have been doing, we know for a fact that these teams consider West Indies to be, not the biggest oppositions. Except from a historical perspective, we're not the biggest opposition anymore. They tend not to send their best teams down here all the time, right? And it's becoming more and more frequent, especially with teams like England, for example. I see India do it occasionally. Although India got a lot of people that could play, but again, so I mean, I looked at it, I realized that it wasn't on paper England's strongest side it could have been, but again, credit where credit is due. West Indies still had to go and play the cricket, and I didn't watch any of the games, but I think I saw the scorecard for the third ODI, and yes, it was a convincing win.
Yeah. So I proud of the boys. The T20s, on the other hand, the batting in T20s has been shocking, to be honest, but I saw this interesting pattern Cricket Info posted today that in the 5 games in the series, they've all been won by a team who has won the toss.
Right. But
so it's almost like, and I think when most teams have won the toss, they've chosen to chase.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like chasing seems to be what both these sides are more comfortable doing.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see if that pattern changes when they go to St. Lucia. But I don't really feel a toss should be so determinant of an outcome. But it's been an interesting pattern.
Well, yeah, I'm aware that England won the toss in the first two T20s that were staged here. But you said that the batting has been shocking. Only the batting? I watched the T20s. The bowling is shocking too.
Oh, gosh, you got me cracking up.
No, seriously.
Honestly, yeah.
Bowling was bad, especially the first T20. It's like the men come out there just to say that they won't hit that hard and bow fast. I'm bowling a bunch of sharp balls, a bunch of wayward deliveries, can build pressure. And goodness gracious, man. You know? It was like they were bowling for a plan. And
fair enough.
The second T20, my observation, well, I think they bowled a bit better in the second T20.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they got enough runs.
They definitely did not.
And
did they even bowl better? I feel like that was even
slightly better to me. I don't think, for example, Matthew Ford bowled badly.
Shamar Joseph was awful though. That's why I was telling you in the World Cup he wasn't ready. He still has to. I mean, Phil Salt totally took him apart in that first T20.
Yeah, but I think Phil Salt like the West Indies, so
it's true. That what he said too.
Yeah.
He feel more comfortable playing Caribbean than anything else. Man got 3 T2000s all against West Indies.
But
so only be a Bajan.
I don't think Matthew Ford bowled badly. I don't think Matthew Ford bowled badly in the second T20 when he played. He actually bowled quite well. But again, why didn't he? I mean, he's only 4 overs a lot of that bowler, but I felt like I don't know. I know Rothman's. I know who your estimation of Rothman as a captain, but I didn't like the bowling.
I think
selections or changes on certain occasions.
And I think what has happened in West Indies is this 5 bowler thing. Mm-hmm. It doesn't work for us. Because you play 5 bowlers, 1 of 8 bowlers ain't good for runs. You need that extra bowler. And I think that's what's hurting us. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I think you asked the question on the agenda, can we recover the series? I think to win 3 on the bounce is going to be tough. We might win 2 on the bounce and carry it to the decider.
Yeah.
Much like, kind of, because it was similar to the last year England were here. We won the first 2, I believe, and England won the next 2, and then we won the 5th one. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I think our bowling needs to improve, and our batting, good Lord, needs to improve. Like, 3 down within the first 6 overs in both T20 internationals is not acceptable. It's not. And I know, because listening to the commentators and the BT Sport pundits, they were saying that it was difficult to bat first. Mm-hmm. The pitch definitely got better as both games went along. But I just think West Indies need to shot selection. Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem with the aggressive approach, but sometimes the shot selection is just disgusting, man. Like, you got Brandon King want to take on a man in the first ball. Like, it's okay to... What happened to the old adage of saying what the ball doing? It's like, I don't know, but...
You thought what shot selection, right?
Who you bring up?
I ain't lambast everybody. Because me and Christopher were on the phone, right? I really lambast everybody. So I can do it here too. Well, everybody, but once I can remember. I got a real serious issue with Nicholas Pooran and them sole development, right? Because when Nicholas Pooran know that he's a senior batsman and come on a pitch to block a shot, double play, attacking shot, block a shot, get stuck. I got a serious issue with that.
So let me defend that. I find batters usually do that when they're deceiving the ear. So, like, I don't think he was planning to come down and block. I think he was planning to come down and hike it over my wicket. But I think the ball wasn't there, and yeah.
He's a joker. You know what I'm saying? He needs to start game where he gets a treatment.
I will not have the time.
No, because until he start performing
to
the consistent level that his talent demands.
The man is the top run scorer in T20 internationals in 2024.
Well, for sure.
Yes, he's
how much T20 West Indies?
And not only in T20 internationals, but all T20s. That includes both league and internationals. He is both. And I think internationally,
I know said both, but you said league.
Yeah, as in the leagues.
Which you mean the IPL and them so?
IPL,
I can't when you do IPL, but I don't watch it.
But I am saying, I believe, I will go look, but I believe he's also the top run getter in internationals this year as well. I believe so. And he's our top T20 international run scorer ever as well. So he's had a good 2024. I will give Nicky. Don't forget what the man doing World Cup.
Are you saying that Nicky forgets who? I ain't saying that nigga Sporn can't bat, but you know for a fact that when they come to key games or against big opponents, nigga Sporn is gonna give you he make it all the time.
You know what's crap me about Andrew? Like Andrew does. For a man that's barely watched cricket, the man is getting so heated over
actually, I'm not heated. I'm just saying. I'm honestly.
That's a compliment.
But I'm not heated. I'm actually just saying.
Okay, I get you.
But you understand me, right? Seriously, the runs that he scored, I remember the record. It was there actually a couple of games and we went together. But right, you remember nigga Sporen in the group phase part. Uganda. I can't remember names. I can't remember if that was actually
it was.
But in Uganda, oh man, he do dog. You know,
he scored 94 against Afghanistan. You remember that?
Oh yeah, he did. But in the game that he pressures off because we'd already pretty much gone through. Well, nigga Sporen, no.
I would have.
It was just about trying to win the group or finish top or something like that. But we basically already going through Marissa. When he pressure off, if that was a rookie game, right? If he would have had the same 94.
No, okay. Yes, we need more from him, but he ain't the only one.
He's not the only one. But he's not the only one. But he's our more senior. I'm trying to say T24. He's our most
and he's
senior.
Our best.
He's our best. Him. Like for example, what Shai doing the ODI? Because remember, Shai scored 101 in games, right? Good. Shai show up. What he can't do the same now? He's against small teams. Using my football, terminology. But against small teams, he do it. But I don't want to see. But it's not only about small teams. But you got to bring some performance to the bigger opponents, more established opponents. I'm not saying that he doesn't have good innings occasionally, but it's like too few in between.
He
remind me. Don't cast my.
I can hit this comparison like I feel it in my bones.
In a certain degree, but lesser. Because that person was as bad. But a little bit like Sharon will get a big run, then he go a couple, too far removed for get another big innings right here. Sharon gonna do more.
That's not a bad comparison because Sharon was very frustrating. Sharon had all the talent in the world.
Nigga, Sharon gonna do more.
Sharon's my boy.
You know what I'm saying? I start watching cricket and I can see that the man can bat so good. Not only he, because he more experience that he has, should be doing more. Hat Mesh should be doing more. Brandon Kingston should be doing more. He's a good batsman too. He could be doing more.
Too inconsistent at the top of the order.
Exactly. So I mean, like, why these players ain't playing any more consistent performances, especially when they needed to be batting lineup. Like we said, our batting performances have been trash so far in this series.
They have been.
And somebody, this game wickets.
Basically,
can't get the momentum. And it's like, I know it's T20 cricket. Goodness gracious, but if you can't get the boundaries or the sixes, like God rotate the damn straight. One run winner. Cricket is the same game. Whether playing Barbados or playing St. Lucia or playing Trinidad. All right, I saw I get hyped for you. I done.
But you're right, though. You're right, and that's the frustrating thing. It's like it's either 6 or nothing, and you can't play cricket like that anymore because every pitch is not going to be true and offering nice bolts and carry. There are going to be some games where you got to grind it out.
And you said the basics. What happened to like you said, getting your aim first? Because my thing is that with these batsmen, like I remember when it was a game that we went and watched. When I was telling you were saying his body batting too slow. I said, well, the body batting, but if the body got better at side rate when they want to, they can and they can call upon it. People like Shai Hope could do that. At side rate, China Paul could have done it. Why I feel like most of our batsmen have the notion that as soon as they come in T20 cricket, they're gonna go helter skelter from the off. Yeah. Nah, though you could tackle over too.
Yeah, you gotta do better. So do you think that we can still win the series?
No.
He must have a conviction then.
I don't.
You might even give it a thought.
I don't. Because I kidding myself. West Indies? But I mean, I would be happy if no one
playing at the Darren Sammy Stadium.
Oh, so they're going to win one because you question Darren Sammy too? Gosh. He must have got it for them.
When's the next game? Thursday?
I don't know.
I know, but we really got to win that game.
Well, yeah, because if you don't win, you lost the series already. I want my humble opinion on what will happen when I get across it.
Sure.
I feel they're going to lose.
The next game or?
Next game.
Wow.
And I feel the narrative would change. It would become a fight not to get whitewash.
Good there.
At home.
All right. So.
Big belly Robin Powell.
His belly is not. Why you always calling people big belly?
Big belly Robin. Listen, I didn't watch it get right with you know who. And she said to me, "What's that big black man?" So like, big belly Robin Powell. But listen, that Robin Powell, right? If I.
You know why she said so though? She said so because she know that it would get a reaction to you.
No.
Because she know, as in she know how you get. You see how you get acting right now? She's so
laughing.
She's so to get you to laugh. You was probably in the mood.
I was not in the mood.
She's so to get you to laugh.
I was not in the mood. You know what I'm saying? I was not in the mood. We want to know why he was not in the mood.
Because it's very interesting that she used language that you.
But you want to know why he was not in the mood? because that was the Saturday game. I know when I expect Sean. I didn't watch from the start, but I expect Sean the second innings. You know what happened before that game played? Before I switched Sean,
we could cut for another sponsor.
Liverpool had won against Aston Villa, so I had extended my lead to 5 points. So I wasn't in the mood, man. I had a very calm, cool, and collected. Good, you know. So my head ain't hot, and last boy, my head hot is the best these days. You know, so I'm gonna tell you. All right, just saying. But Robin Belly ain't big. Are you trying to tell me?
It is not.
So how would you describe Robin? He big bone.
Can we move on to an actual? Can we move on to actual topic of conversation? Let me move on to actual topic of conversation.
Will you tell me you ain't natural? I ain't being natural. I ask the question. This is me.
Gosh. So let's talk about Alazarri Joseph. Good gosh.
Yes, man.
So there was an incident in the third one day international. What were your thoughts?
Man, I think Alazarri need to behave better. You know what I'm saying?
That's putting it mildly.
Yeah, I mean, my God, learn to behave yourself. He's a vice captain, right? So?
Yes.
Okay. So we still know what I lost. I mean, it's not the first time I believe that a bowler has had a disagreement with the captain about field positions
so
or
vocally,
yes.
yes.
Be. It's not like fair enough. But I mean, it's not the first probably disagreement or heated disagreement. In sports, there will be heated disagreements, right?
Fair.
But maybe not always in public eye, or mostly you try to shield that from the public eye. Mm-hmm. That happened on the field, and he was very animated, very theatrical with the remonstrations about what he wasn't getting from Shai. But it was disrespectful. It was it was not a good look. It was not a good reflection on the team culture, the authority that Shai has on the 11 or what's not. It was not a good look. Hopefully it's just a one-off. So I have my thoughts on it. It was,
No, I like Alazarri, but that was so out of place, out of pocket, as the children would say. That would the teenagers would say, all right.
I don't know. They say a lot of things.
You would know when you teach.
I know, but
you just hear the slang.
I try not to listen to it.
Anyways, that was real. That was ridiculous. Like, it was ridiculous because, like you say, it showed disrespect for the captain. It showed disrespect for the team culture. It showed disrespect to his teammates. You storming off. Literally, West Indies was fielding with 9 people and you wicket keeper. 8 people because
they came back downstairs. I said, only Dugout so bad. You know what I'm saying?
Like, what is this? And then it's worse because you're the vice captain. You are the vice captain. So if Shai goes down, God forbid, in the match, you are leading that side, and that's how you're going to behave. That's the example you want to set for your teammates, your children at home, because I think he has 2 sons or something like that. That's the example you want to set for other fast boys who are looking up to you. I was like, and Alazarri has always had a chip on his shoulder. That's fine, but channel it into the cricket. Don't do that. Like, and it was just so embarrassing because it's England. So when England playing, he's always on England.
Yeah.
So all the UK media outlets pick it up and run with it. And West Indies don't need that sort of negativity around a type. And to me, I remember we sat here when Darren Sammy got appointed to be coach, and we had our doubts. But I think we can see what Darren Sammy is trying to build this side. I think you can see the culture is different, especially with certain players like Evan Lewis getting reintegrated. You can see what Sammy is trying to do, and that completely goes against it. These fellas are so much more together now. And for your vice captain to go throwing a temper tantrum, like he ain't get that's ridiculous. It is like mad disrespectful. I thought the West Indies handled it fine. I liked that Shai was asked about it after the game. He said no comment. Darren Sammy came out and said it's unacceptable. I think they banned him for 2 games.
2 games, yeah.
I personally would have stripped him of the vice captaincy too. Maybe that's next, who knows? But I don't think he needed. I mean, we need bowlers, so I wouldn't say banning for enough games because we need the bowling. But
no, because okay, which one more important? The culture, team, or winning?
Well, you want to create a winning culture. But I understand what you're saying. It's true. I understand what you're saying, but I think he should be stripped of the vice captaincy. That's the only thing I would have done differently. I
mean, it's coming. No, I should say it's coming. Yes, because no, this was happening. No, there are going to be some serious reservations about him in terms of ever captain the West Indies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I believe that eventually it will be a matter of fact that maybe he's not vice captain anymore. At least not of the side that Shai leads. So
Who's the vice captain? This Wednesday?
I'm not sure.
I ain't sure. You. Maybe he too.
Maybe he too. Yeah, maybe. Could be. Yeah,
yeah, but he should be strict of that. Honestly, I was really disappointed because I like Alazarri. I like his fire. I like him as a cricketer. But that was just unacceptable. And I remember when it happened, I was so confused because I think I had turned on the game exactly at that point because England were already worn down and he was bowling, and I just see a lot of just because they had no idea what was going on, and it was just really embarrassing to watch then. And when he left the field, I thought that it was just because sometimes bowlers will bowl and they will go off the field.
Yeah.
I didn't know he left the field. He didn't tell nobody, and we couldn't sub on because he didn't tell nobody. And it was like, Alazarri, come on, like
because it's almost you're banning your team.
Yeah, you in your mid-20s though. You're in a young couple and block. Like, do better though.
But not only that. My thing is that even if we have a heated discussion about something, I'm trying to put myself in his shoes. Is my head going to get so hot that nothing that anybody says to me on the field, because I'm sure that other players might have said something, would call me. Don't worry, I remember where I am.
Even when he took the wicket and the players he celebrate, people try talking to he don't want to hear it. Like,
because me, I would have probably gone with the boundary and stand up. And the camera could come to me as much as late. I may cuss myself because cuss on my breath down there. But I mean, I that I'm trying to say, man, at which point you gonna calm down?
Yeah.
I even Darren Sammy came down was like this.
Yeah, trying to
at which point you calm down?
I thought Shai handled it well though. Shai was calm. He didn't react. Because to me, if somebody getting on that way with you, it is so easy to react and give them a reaction. Yeah. So I really commend Shai for being calm.
Right, correct. Because the fact that Shai was calm, it means that we're not talking about two of them that behave badly.
Imagine Tony start to fight like two dogs for the pitch though.
Correct. Or
oh my gosh.
Come head to head or exactly. Yeah. So like you said, it's easy to react.
Yeah. So you needed that calm personality to try to diffuse the situation. Because apparently there was no diffusing Alazarri. Crazy, man. And it overshadowed because he had a decent series, and I don't know, disappointed.
Well, hopefully one day we will get here with the Artemis boat.
Few places.
Oh, okay. But I mean, in terms of like what exactly was said that led to that point, because I mean, like science. But I think this was so interesting about it. Not really interesting, but so surprising about it. Is that last word always rests with the captain? Most of the time.
Yeah, exactly. And if he was in Shai's position, he wouldn't want somebody going that way with him if he was captain. So you got to be better.
I mean, I feel like this big man should don't put your man when you put, or place, I should say. Tell Shai what you feel like. You know what I mean? But God body will get on with it. Like tell Shai what you feel like. I'm pretty sure. Like you said, culture. I'm pretty sure they've been close together. They've been playing together for so long that it's almost like his boys. Like, tell Shai something, and Shai probably you not speak for a day or two, but after that,
come back together.
Exactly.
That was a lot. But anyways, we going back to doing predictions and stuff.
I didn't put it in the agenda. I forgot that part. But if you want,
but we starting
back. Yeah.
So before you get to it, you will receive a token before the year is out for your 2 consecutive victories. Remember, it was said on the 12th of November 2024, and I will keep my promises. Okay?
You give me the token on camera?
Actually, I will. Okay. So that you can't come in here and talk about you and get it. The viewers will see.
I would never say I'm gay. But what I may talk about is the quality of the token. I believe that if a man do double, you should get saying substantial, to commemorate the achievement. Because not everybody could come in a prediction show 2 years in a row.
You barely scraping.
Or maybe when your opponent is Marissa, you can't.
Ain't like you win by a landslide though.
It's not like they won by what?
A landslide.
Wait, no, I took it easy on you. They have weeks that I haven't really paid attention to fixtures because I have such a good lead. A little bit of complacency on my part, but you know what? I promise that will not happen this year. Since you don't think I can win by landslide, right? I can take it extra serious now. You know what I'm saying? Whenever we got predictions, I can take them seriously. I can predict correctly. And we can see how if you can keep up.
Let me remember these words, okay?
Remember them? I do a hat trick.
Great. Whatever.
I become the city Dugout. Every season, win after win after win. All I do is win, no matter what. You know what I mean? So you got enough tokens to buy. Just now, you won. I mean, to make things a bit more even for you, if you want. No, we have recurring guests and stuff like that. We can invite guests back and kind of rope them into being a part of the prediction battle. If the viewers will let somebody else to me, because if it's just me and you, they only got one winner. buddy.
Let me know when you're done ranting so I be.
Hey, this is not a rant. This is just
This
a
is
statement.
it.
This is just a statement of fact.
Because I've been here waiting to talk for you last 5 minutes.
I'm having fun with it, and this is just a statement of fact. But go ahead.
Great.
What do you want to say?
We have some. Our next show will coincide with the return of Premier League football, so it'll be good to go for some of these fixtures.
You predict now?
Yeah.
See, she already taking that advantage. I ain't take more fixtures. I don't know who playing, but go ahead.
I can give you a chance to think. No.
Go ahead.
All right. So
you see, sir, dastard tactics that Chelsea fans are going to get to win. Go ahead.
Let me know where I could talk.
Go ahead. I ain't stopping for talking.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So the first game right out from the international break is an early Saturday kickoff. Chelsea away at Leicester.
Okay. You want to go first or?
No. I want you to take your time and think.
So you'll go first.
But no, you without my interceding or anything. You take your time, as much time as you want, and think about your prediction.
Okay, I'll go for a Chelsea victory. All right.
We doing scorelines or just?
I'll do a scorelines. I think Chelsea win 3-1.
I think I agree with that. Leicester have not been great since they came back at all. Yeah, definitely.
And they're crossing in goals. I think Chelsea have goals in anything.
Yeah, I'll go with 3-1 Chelsea as well because we concede. We don't know what a clean sheet is, so.
Well, Sanchez doesn't. But go ahead.
Yeah. Arsenal at home to Forest. I'll be watching that game. I'll go first this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Arsenal will have a point to prove, but I think Forest have been very good this season.
Mm-hmm.
I think this game could be a draw. I'll go 2-2. Chris Wood to get 2. No, Chris Wood to get 1. Callum Hudson-Odoi with a right foot curler into the top corner.
I am going for. I think Arsenal will actually win this game. Is that home, right?
Yeah.
I think I will go for 1-0 or something.
1-0. I don't think it'll be 1-0.
Could be 2, but I'll go for 1.
All right. Are we doing Villa?
Who Villa playing?
Palace.
It's up to you.
Yeah, we skip that. We keep it to the traditional basics.
Okay.
Man City at home. Oh, I thought this was away. Man City at home to Spurs.
Well, that's misleading.
I thought it was away, honestly.
I'm joking. It's okay. I mean, I felt Man City would win the game anyways. So they can lose 5 straight.
Yeah, my opinion has changed now that I see that at home. Isn't it your turn?
My turn?
I did Arsenal, not
okay,
him
sir.
first.
So City against Tottenham Hotspur. I'll go for 2-0 City, man. I know we talked about the conceding goals, right? But I'll still go for 2-0.
2-1.
Who will score for Tottenham?
Not Timo Werner.
Okay.
I could see Solanke again, though. Something in that game.
Yeah, forget Dominic.
Yeah. Chelsea boy playing for Spurs. Sickening. Oh, he played for you too?
Won a Premier League at me, actually.
Anyways, Liverpool away at Southampton.
That's on Saturday?
Sunday.
Okay. What time?
10.
Liverpool away at Southampton.
Southampton definitely getting down.
I'm going for a 2-0 Liverpool win.
I'll go. I think I'll actually go 3 or 4, actually. 3. 3-0 Liverpool. Man United away at Ipswich.
This is Amorim's first game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man United away at Ipswich.
This is me.
Go ahead.
Wow. This is so hard.
Is it?
Because Ipswich have been good at home.
Have they?
Yes, they have.
I mean, in terms of avoiding defeat, because Tottenham was the first win.
Yeah. And they score goals. Man United struggled to score goals, but new manager. I'm going to go on a limb, and I'm going to back Ipswich to get 2 on the bounce. And I think they win this 2-1.
Interesting. So you think they'll win 2-1?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I ain't going reverse. I think Mario will win 2-1. I'm pretty sure I'll be right, but
You might be right. I went bold because I went bold. I think to me, Ipswich have been the most impressive of the three promoted sides.
Ipswich don't play bad, but Ipswich shouldn't be thinking Man U Amory first.
Let me see. New system.
You know if his system is new yet?
He can definitely play a 3-4-3.
You know that.
All right.
He got to see players first. He got training man first. He got and don't forget it's the national break. So many players come back. For example, they wouldn't have had that much train together before the weekend. So we don't know what he would do yet.
Fair.
I won't be presumptuous. It's not that he had a preseason because Man U could have had a given amount of preseason, but they decided to stay with a certain ball Dutchman. Wait. The guy got to hear the ball. That's a fact. That's not a lie. That's what they decided to do. But I said all along. Remember I said all along, right? I said all along that Man U should have made changes summer. And the fact that they kept him on and it was publicly known, it was looking for a manager, was like almost undermining him.
Yeah.
And a certain Chelsea fan sat across from me in this same room. I said to me, "Is left money? Is water from jobs? Also our foolish talk he getting here."
Honestly, I understand where Christopher's coming from. And we still in it here.
But no, I understand. But you understand what we're saying, though.
Yes, I understand.
If you were a leadership role, and it's like I hire you to be the CEO of my company, but I don't like the job you're doing, and the public know you get in Marissa newspaper that the position that you currently fill being advertised and being shopped around.
And you get paid $500,000 you get what?
Yes.
Liar.
Marissa, well, how I can do my job effectively, I know that you don't got faith.
You get $500,000 regardless of whether you do it effectively.
But see, all the time money. It's not about money, rent. It's not about money though. It's about principle.
All right.
Seriously.
I understand but I also understand what Christopher saying. Like, at the end of the day, he get the money and they got paid out to Saki. So, win-win for he. And he can fall into another job comfortably too. So, he ain't do his reputation no harm. And got 17 million on top of it. He good.
He fall into that job easy, so?
Yeah. Who's the current coach in Dutch national side?
Coleman, I believe.
Yeah, because he's taking that job.
How many more?
Then they got some jobs there floating around. I see Roma, they're looking for a new manager.
Roma, yes.
Leicester want a new manager. I believe that man can get that soon.
Steve Cooper. That's what it is, right?
Oh, is he? Oh, they might not say he then.
But no, but see, the thing is, it's really about a job or level job you can get. Because, I mean,
it's true.
After coaching Man U, well, there are many places that you good at bigger than Man U anyways. True. But after coaching Man U, you got to build yourself back up again to get the top jobs. Because I was Man U manager, now he's coaching Leicester. Really.
I was just kidding about that Leicester job, man.
Football, boy.
Anyways, but this has been another good episode. It's a good first episode back. Good to have the banter again. So, it's been good.
Yeah, I say enjoyed it.
Yeah. So we should thank our sponsors, Whole Health Pharmacy, Spirit Life Studios. Follow me, Marissa Simone 91.
Want to say again? Because I can't say something.
Marissa Simone 91. Right. I think that's it.
And you can follow me at Drew9106.
And then obviously us at the Dugout
_ podcast. Help you a bit. Right. And again, if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again next time. Hello, good night. Sorry. My bad.
We need a blooper reel for this show.
It's true. My bad.
3, 2, 1.